If you've been missing the magic of the old Chromecast but want it with a modern twist, meet the Thomson Cast 150. Today I'm putting this little streaming device through its paces to see if it's the budget-friendly upgrade your TV has been waiting for. Don't forget to like this video, share it and subscribe to my channel. Doing these three things help us make more great videos for you. So as you can see here, the compact rounded dongle design is very reminiscent of the classic Chromecast with its built-in HDMI cable, and the thing just hangs out the back of your TV. So it just means that unlike some of these other bigger, uglier boxes that you might have seen me review lately, like the Firestick, you can hide this behind your TV. So let's have a look and see what's in the box. So as we can see here, we have got the device itself, the dongle. And as I say, this is actually moulded into the actual device itself, the lead, which means it's quite handy because when you've actually plugged it into a TV, it's not going to come loose. It's not going to work its way loose. And as you can see, this is quite small in its design. You've got a USB-C connector there for the power. I guess that can also be used if you've got an OTG cable as well to plug in an Ethernet socket and also a USB stick. You've got some details about the device on the back there, and you've got a nice little cover, dust cover, which covers the HDMI. Now, what else do you get with it? You also get the remote control, the Thomson remote control with the live TV button that a lot of people have been talking about. I'm not sure if that works in the UK, but we're hopefully going to find out. They supply you with some batteries, 2 AAA batteries. You've also got 3-pin plug for the UK and a 2-pin plug for Europe. So this is quite handy because it does mean that if you're taking this on holiday, and this is, like I say, this is lightweight and compact to take on holiday, you can take whatever adapter you need and put that straight onto the plug. And it means there's no need for any sort of conversion adapters if you're flitting between the UK and Europe. So we've got a guide there, the installation instructions, which just basically tell you about the actual device itself, what each part is, about the adapter, how to put the batteries in, plug it into your TV, and then how to plug it into the wall socket. You've also got the guarantee card here. Now, Thomson offer a 3-year warranty, which obviously, if they can offer a 3-year warranty, they are more than confident in the quality of the components in this device. And you've also got this here, which is basically a safety instruction card in many different languages, telling you things like, don't use the thing in the bath, just information that really you should know already. I should also point out that the adapter that they give you is actually 100 volts, well, between 100 volts and 240 volts. This means that adapter can be used anywhere in the world. The dimensions of this are 131 millimeters by 46 millimeters by 177 millimeters, and the weight is 498 grams, which means it's light enough if you want to. I mean, you can have it hanging at the back of your TV as it shows you on the screen now, or if you wanted to, it's light enough so that you could stick pads on the back, the double-sided sticky pads, and stick it to the back of the TV. So let's just set the thing up. So let's put this on the power, twist it, that clicks in, and all we need to do next is just put the batteries in the remote control. Just wanted to say, in terms of size, let's just compare it to the Thomson 270 box that I recently reviewed. So as you can see there, it is a lot smaller and it is a lot thinner. There you go. I'll just stick that on top and you can see how much smaller that is. And let's just turn it on its side. And there you go. You can see how much thinner the device is. Now, obviously, unlike the 270, this doesn't have a speaker actually built into it, but that's not a problem. You can still actually use the little microphone on there, and the Google Voice will come out of your TV. Okay, so it's now set up. So the first thing I'm going to check is, let's just have a look at the storage space of the device out of the box. So as you can see, we've got 4.7 gigabytes of usable space. This is after the system has been installed, after formatting and everything else. So let's just see what's available to us out of that 4.7 gigabytes. We've got 3.5 gigabytes of space, which is still ample storage for many apps on the device. So let's just have a look and see what apps are installed out of the box. We've got Channel 5, Channel 4, Disney Plus, ITVX, Netflix, Prime Video, Tubi, YouTube and YouTube Music. Now, out of these, I wonder, are any of these uninstallable? Yes, 5 you can uninstall, 4 you can uninstall, Disney Plus you can uninstall, ITVX you can uninstall, Netflix you can't, but you can disable. Prime Video you can uninstall. Tubi you can uninstall. YouTube, again, you can disable. And YouTube Music you can disable. So there is some scope to try and clean up some of the storage and free up a bit more storage out of the box. In actual fact, I've just noticed that some of these apps are not actually installed. They are in the cloud, denoted by the little cloud symbol below their icon. So let's just see what UK apps work on this device. So certainly ITVX works, no problem. And Channel 4 works too. And Channel 5 works too. Now there's a couple of apps I noticed missing off of here, one being the BBC iPlayer and the other being You. So let's just have a look and see if we can find them in the apps section. BBC iPlayer, but unfortunately, the BBC iPlayer is just not listed. However, we'll come back to a way that you can get that on here shortly. So another one that I've noticed that I can't seem to see is an app called You from UK TV. Let's just see if we can find that one. Now that app, I couldn't find it when searching for it, but if I go into the entertainment section, as you can see here, you've also got Now TV. And if we go further on, you'll see there is You, and we can download and install that on here. Let's just give it a try. And yes, that plays too. So a question you might be asking is, what about the specifications? Well, let's just have a look, see what version of Android this is running. So as you can see here, we're running Android TV OS version 12. With regards to display, it can go up to 4K Ultra HD at 60 frames per second with HDR10. With regards to sound, there's Dolby Digital, Dolby Digital Plus, Dolby Atmos with Dolby Digital Plus, and DTS support too. Now the processor is a quad-core Amilogic S905 Wi-Fi system on chip with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 8 gigabytes of storage. But as we say, out of the box, only about 3.5 gigabytes are useful. It's got Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth for connectivity. It supports the AV1 codec. And to be quite honest with you, just moving around the menus there, things do seem pretty quick. So what about its ability to sideload? So I'm just going to go through that now. We're going to have a look at seeing if we can sideload the BBC iPlayer. So let's just go into search for apps and games, and we're searching for an app called Downloader. So we download that, Downloader by AFTV News, install it, open it, okay this, then go up to the box, middle button, and we want to go to the numbers down on the keyboard and type in there 21203. That's 21203, and then go to the enter button in the bottom right hand corner. Agree to any cookie notice that comes up, and again consent to any cookie notice, and then scroll down to BBC iPlayer, put your little circle over it, middle button, close any ads that might come up on the screen, and then when you get this message, go into settings and then go down to downloader, turn that switch on, and that has now unlocked your device for sideloading. No need to go into developer options. Hit install, hit done, and then press the back button, go to delete, hit that, go to the second delete, hit that, and then let's just come out of this, go back to the main menu, and let's just see whether the BBC iPlayer is now on our list of apps. There it is, just there. So let's just go into it, sign in, and let's just try watching something. And yes, it is working. You might also be wondering, can I install a VPN on here? So I'm sure you can. Let's just go and search for a VPN. And yes, as you can see here, there are loads of popular VPNs. Some I've not heard of, some I have. So yes, you can install a VPN on this device. Now, the other thing is, I don't know if you can just see there, let's just make that larger. There is a button on the remote, a star button, and when you push that, you can actually assign a favourite app or control a device from the Google TV with the custom button. So I'm going to select a favourite app for that, and my favourite app is going to be, say for instance, Downloader. So I select Downloader, create shortcut, and now what it means is whenever I push this star button on the remote, Downloader will open. You've also got a live TV button on the remote, so let's just see what that does. Let's just push that. That in the UK doesn't do anything, unfortunately. But let's have a look at this button here. This is the TV guide button. Let's see what that does. That there, it gives us an opportunity to select another app to open. So in my case, I'm going to have that open the BBC iPlayer. Let's just give that a try. So I'm just going to push the TV guide button, and there we go. The BBC iPlayer is loaded. Other buttons on the remote control, I've set it up for my TV so I can turn the TV on and off with that button. That there just takes you into your profile. You can speak to the device by holding down that button there. So if you're searching for something, you can speak to it. That is a quick shortcut to take you into settings. You've got a back button there. Home button takes you to the main home screen. As I say, that guide button, in some countries, that might take you to a TV guide. But in my case, I've set it so that it opens the BBC iPlayer. You've got the live TV button there. You've got volume up and down. You've also got a mute button. You've got channel up and down if you're watching live TV, not available in all regions. You've also got YouTube, Netflix, Prime Video and Disney Plus. Now, these can be changed with the use of a app called Button Mapper if you want to. You can assign other apps to these. If you do want to change the star button or the TV guide button to another app, then I think you can just hold that down and it should then give you the option, there you go, to select another app. So I held it down for a few seconds, let go of it, and as you can see there, it's now asking me what app do I want to assign to it. So if I wanted to assign, say for instance, Channel 4 to it instead of ITV, instead of BBC, then I can do that. And let's just come back out of it, press the TV guide button, and let's just see, there you go, Channel 4 has loaded. You might be thinking, how much is this device and where can I get it? Well, normally it's €69. At the moment, at the time of recording this video, it's down to €49.90. And there'll be a link in the description down below, which will take you to a place you can actually buy this. So what do I think of the Thomson Cast 150? Well, I think it's a compact, capable and refreshingly straightforward device. It's not going to replace a high-end streamer, but if you want to use it for travel, guest rooms, or if you want to just simply hide your device behind a TV. This is hard to beat for the price. And as I say, performance-wise, yes, it works really well. I was hoping to be able to show you streaming from a USB stick or an external hard drive, but unfortunately, I don't have an OTG cable that is capable of connecting to the device. In terms of Wi-Fi, it's good, it's strong. I've managed to get Wi-Fi to this device in places in my house which I wouldn't ordinarily get on a Firestick. The Wi-Fi works on 2.4 gigahertz as well as the faster 5 gigahertz networks too. So overall, I think this is a great performer. This is something that I am going to be taking away on my holidays, because although I love this box here, it's a bit heavy and it's a bit cumbersome to be taken away. And I haven't got to worry about taking an HDMI cable because that is already built in to that there too. Plus, if I'm going to Europe, I can use this connector to plug straight into the wall socket with no conversion plugs required. So if you've got any questions about this product, then please let us know in the comments down below, and perhaps I'll do a recap video going through any answers to any questions you may have asked in the comments. Okay, so I know I'm going to get a lot of comments about this, certainly from people that haven't watched the whole of this video, about the possibility of Google clamping down on sideloading on their devices. Well, they're still going to allow sideloading on devices, but what they're going to do is they're going to ask developers, or they're going to make developers verify themselves before they can start writing apps and launching them on Android devices. Now, this doesn't mean to say that all these apps that we use, these third-party apps we use, are going to disappear overnight. It just means the developers of these apps have got to verify themselves. And the reason that they're doing this is not because people are developing third-party streaming apps, but because some apps have got malware in them. And what they're saying is a recent analysis found that over 50 times more malware come from side-loaded apps than it did from the Google Play Store. So they're trying to make devices safer. So all they're doing is they're just asking developers to verify their identity to allow them to then sideload apps onto Android devices. Now, you might well think a lot of developers may not even bother verifying their identities, but many developers do develop a whole range of apps, not just streaming apps, but other apps too. So it could be that they can verify their identity by using some of the other apps that they've developed. Also, there may well be a backdoor in the system later on which allows you to override this. There are many apps out there at the moment on the Google Play Store which allow you to use third-party streaming services. They can be configured. So I don't think we should all jump the gun now and just think that that's it. That's the end of third-party streaming on these devices. No, I don't think it is. I think there are many ways that obviously third-party streaming can still continue on these devices. Obviously, though, we will keep you up to date with all the latest news on this channel. So if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button.